Good evening, everyone. This is Pradeep from GETI, Ambassador of Change. And GETI is the Global Education and Training Institute. It is the premier institute in India for training uh, teachers and principals. And we have many in-service and pre-service programs. And for more information on this, please go to 740-840-1000. You are right now on our disruptive education platform provided to us by our mentor, Dr. Sunita Gandhi. And this evening, we have for you Mr. P. Kadhiresan. He is the Deputy Director of the Velammal New Generation Schools in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. He is a B.Ed and an MSc and an IELTS trainer. He has 24 years of teaching experience and 16 years as principal. He has also worked as the vice principal in Saudi Arabia for 4 years. In 2012, he got the Bharat Shiksha Ratan Award. Then in 2020, he got the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Educator of the Decade Award by NES for Child and Youth Welfare. That year, he also got the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam International Educators Honor, and he has won several other awards. He likes to listen to songs, and he will be speaking to us today on our Indian schools ready for an online mode of teaching. Thank you, sir, for being with us, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Pradeep, for the wonderful introduction. So, good evening, one and all. A very important topic for this evening: are Indian schools ready for the online mode of teaching? It's close to 2 years now that we have a kind of disruptive education. Education has not been on a smooth platform for the last 2 years. Where are we heading to when all the developed countries have technological supports and the online system prevailing since ages? Where is India in this online journey of education? That's a very, very important topic and the most needed topic for this evening. Yeah. So, Indian system of education has always been a kind of transaction of knowledge, and that's the end. The transaction of knowledge happens one way, that is from the instructor or the teacher to a pupil, a student community. That has been the order since ages in India. But of late, the generations have changed, the the systems have changed. There have been lot of kind of overhauling of the system with the latest introduction of NEP 2021. The education system in India was always tested upon. The outcomes were tested by assessments. Assessment of the students, probably in the form of a pen and paper test most often, and the scores were interpreted by the teachers themselves. The parents community also dip a whole lot dip were more so reflective on the scores by the children. There was no analysis of the scores. And that's where the whole kind of parent community, the teacher community, the education experts have been functioning. But of late, when with the introduction of NEP, things have changed, where it is more so customized, trying to propel the self learning of children. Now, coming to the topic, online teaching. Since the beginning of the pandemic is what we generally got a hold of online teaching and learning. In India, online teaching more so to this date happens on the most prominent Zoom platform or the Google Meet, the Two, Microsoft Teams 2. It was overnight that Zoom platform became so popular that everybody tried to adopt the Zoom platform because it came free of cost most of the cases. And so everybody started adopting Zoom platform. When they tried to adopt, there came the challenges of online teaching and learning. For this online, technology played a very vital role. The gadgets, the provision for every stakeholder to have gadgets with a good network system. Where there were gadgets, there were no network system, network, there was no bandwidth, there was no internet signals, kind of. Where wherein education could not be brought in on a common platform. All the students, though they were willing to, these external agents affected affected their learning process. It was all for good reasons that teachers very swiftly got a hold of this online teaching methodology, wherein in a normal physical classes it could have been more active, where child centered activities could have played a bigger role. Teachers swiftly, though they were not tech savvy, they very quickly got a hold of how and what of the online teaching. They were also equally handicapped in terms of engaging the children with activities with the personalized or focused learning teaching for a particular child. Now, for India, point number one for India to come in a big way for this online teaching learning must be the service providers, the technology system, the availability of gadgets across all the stakeholders. I still have cases, I wonder, children sharing their gadgets. Probably siblings, they fight for the classes. Siblings at the same time having classes, parents not able to afford a gadget, a mobile phone. So these are things which can be addressed. Probably the government of India should take a call on this and slowly get into this digital mode of education. Rather, that will help all the children, and the future of Indian education must be the hybrid mode, the online as well the the physical classes. That's number one. Number two, with the availability of the gadgets and the technical aspects of online education, the the teacher training system, the curriculum, the methodologies, teachers must be trained to blend online teaching and the the physical teaching to the needs of the children. There should be a subject, a curriculum exclusively for this online methodology, how to take up online methodology, how to uh, kind of devise a lesson plan in the online platform. Though most of the B.Ed, M.Ed courses would tell how to strategize learning. This is high time that the teacher training institute colleges devise, modify the curriculum such a way that teachers will be empowered for this online system. And teaching, learning must be more customized. It should be a kind of self propelling system, self learning for the students to become more independent. Their focus, the teacher's focus should be self learning, provide content where they can get to learn themselves, and the teachers play the role of a good facilitator. Here, there are lot many tools in the digital format which will enthuse the children because it is the digital format. Children love to have their focus on that. Though we have a different learning style from the teacher centric, when you move on, when there's a transition from teacher centric to the digital format, digital content, the child's focus also changes. It is equally important for the teachers to monitor this learning of of the children with a very suitable format of assessing how good the child has acquired the knowledge. It, in a sense, it cannot be the assessment in the form of pen and paper. We have very challenging and very interesting tools which can be customized based on the student. You can also have individual system of assessment for every student, and that's where we will have to end up. India certainly isn't ready, in my view. India isn't ready for the online mode of teaching or the learning, but certainly will emerge very soon. It will be in the forefront of this online mode when we make these little formats, these little modifications in the system, which will facilitate children learning process. More so, the government initiative with the NEP in practice, we will also have to work towards the empowerment of the teachers, the 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 signals, the technical aspects, the gadgets. There are the northeast and the remote villages which are not connected with a proper network, are those children who are seriously willing to learn. And after a very long space, very long gap, if these children are getting back to the school who are deprived of online learning, it becomes very, very tough for the children to be on the track for no mistake of theirs. India, the largest in Asia, has ability to come big way against all these challenges. But in my view, it is the technology, the teaching methodology, and the availability of the resources which will make India emerge as a winner against all these odds. Mr. Pradeep, are you?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Pradeep, I'm done. Are there some questions to take on, please?
Sir,
Yes, yes, please. You're on mute. Mr. Pradeep, are you are on mute? Yes, please.
I think we have acquired the expertise to teach, but it is the infrastructure which is letting us down.
Yes, yes, that's absolutely true. See, but my point is about the infrastructure. Yes, but all the teachers, all the teachers aren't equipped with the the teaching methodologies. They have not adopted themselves well with this online teaching learning. That's my point. Actually, they need to be trained as teachers. Teachers in India need to be more dynamic, and and that's what is my say over it.
Thank you, sir, and good evening, everyone. And before we leave, I request you to watch Detox, Disruptive Literacy Movement by Global Dream, which is an initiative by Dr. Sunita Gandhi since 2014. This is to ensure that everyone is participating in helping India become literate. We have heard of the adage, each one teach one, but those of us who can, we must teach more. And to ensure foundational literacy and numeracy for our brothers and sisters in India. On this, we have regular talks, and for more information, you can go to 740-840-1000. So thank you, everybody, and see you again tomorrow. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Pradeep. Good evening, all.